Alright guys, so Palantir released their double-click presentation video, and after watching it, I regret to inform you that they are a worthless company with no hope to market their product. I honestly think their stock is going to zero. I sold all my shares today. So I think ever since people saw Tesla's massive run-up this year, yielding 1000% returns and beyond, people are looking for the next Tesla stock. And kind of understandably, right? People want to find a sleeping giant before it awakens. And yes, I think that stock is 100% going to be Palantir. And while I know it sounds kind of dumb to compare a stock as the next Tesla, what I really mean is a stock that is going to 10x and potentially 20x over the next 5 to 10 years. And honestly guys, I really do believe that this stock is going to be Palantir. And just to be transparent, I am holding shares in Palantir right now and plan on holding them for years. With this stock hovering around the $20–$25 mark for a while now, I think it's a huge buying opportunity right now, and I'll explain why. So to be honest, I think anything below $30 a share for Palantir is a buy right now. For the kind of work that Palantir produces and the growth they're experiencing right now, it's honestly kind of shocking to me how this stock could be sitting under $30. So looking at their market cap, it's sitting at about $40 billion right now. But I think if Palantir is able to execute their plan properly, I think it could eventually turn into a $1 trillion market cap. So let's get into the event. Palantir recently released their double-click Q2 event, a video intended on grasping investors' interests and for Palantir to show the world how their software is addressing their clients' needs. In the demo, they were discussing their platform Foundry, which is intended to integrate with their customers' existing data, which would allow Palantir to tailor really incredible and unique solutions for businesses that would allow them to scale quickly and make data-driven decisions. Which, yes, does sound very broad, but I'll get into that in a bit. I think an important takeaway from their presentation is, number 1, how incredibly flexible their system is, 2, how their software is government compliant, and 3, the ease of collaboration in different levels of the business, meaning that in a healthcare company, doctors, nurses, and tech people would easily be able to collaborate through a centralized system provided by Palantir. To explain it on a very high level, Foundry does all kinds of data science functions in a fraction of the time and cost than typical software used by most businesses. It's so fast and it's so incredibly predictive that it's hard not to see Palantir as an insanely futuristic company that plans on revolutionizing how humans use data moving forward this century. Plus, the name Palantir comes from Lord of the Rings, referring to one of the seeing stones used by Saruman as an all-seeing orb. That alone should make you want to invest in this stock. However, one does not simply understand Palantir's business model. Unfortunately, with Palantir's complexity comes a level of abstraction where, to be honest, it's kind of hard to describe exactly what Palantir does to the average person. I don't even fully understand Palantir on a deep level myself. So let me give you an example. Unless someone is a data scientist or software engineer, describing the flexibility of their native code workbook tool that allows for the jumping between Python, R, and SQL is going to be virtually meaningless. Which brings me to my next point. Even though I think Palantir was intended to capture the attention of potential new customers and investors with their double-click presentation, I can't help but feel that a lot of people left either confused, bored, or maybe frustrated by the use of very complex language to explain complex topics. We can use any open source or proprietary machine learning library to extract features from the images, then we'll train a predictive model, using these in combination with features extracted from the clinical data. Foundry has deep integrations with our studio, and also allows clients to connect their custom HPC clusters to develop the help of specialized bioinformatics tools. Any questions? I didn't think so, because I know all you guys have very high IQs like myself. But even if you do have an IQ and can understand Rick and Morty level humor, I think most people would be able to agree that Palantir's marketing flat out sucks. Like, if you're trying to market a product, don't talk to everyone like they're all software engineers or doctors. I think this is going to be Palantir's biggest hurdle when it comes to getting people to actually buy their stock. And it could have the potential to really limit their stock growth if their business model seems confusing. Because then, of course, less people will be likely to invest in something that they don't understand. I could be wrong though. Maybe the new normal in the future will be investing in companies you don't understand. I do think this will change though, as I can definitely see Palantir eventually getting on board with a great marketing team. I just don't know when this will happen. But regardless of whether you understand Palantir on a very deep level or just understand Palantir on the surface level, I think this is going to be one of the most important companies over the next decade. I mean, think about it. What do government sectors, big tech companies, health organizations, and genomics labs all have in common? They all rely on data to drive their business forward and make predictive decisions. Understanding how user data can be collected and organized into unique and interesting ways is invaluable to businesses. So for Palantir's next steps, what I'd like to see is if they can successfully improve their marketing, and I'd like to see them start brainstorming on a consumer-based product that could potentially appeal to a wider audience outside of the government and healthcare businesses. And I think once people realize the grand scale that Palantir can harness, they are going to be an unstoppable company. So that's all I got for you guys. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video.